I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter, and this is
the Family Showdown! New. Hello, greetings, and happy Tuesday evening to you all as ready for a top 10 shenanigans.
Are top 10 really shenanigans?
Everything we do is shenanigans. Everything we do is shenanigans.
All right, folks. Hi, how are things?
Welcome aboard to chaos.
All right, so the title of this top 10 is Top 10 New Old Games. It's not really descriptive, is it?
I don't know, it's quite descriptive. It's a lot shorter and sweeter than saying new games that aren't new to this year, but are new to us, so they're actually old games.
I'm not sure you got that.
I'm pretty sure I got that.
So there are games that we played this year in 2021 that are not 2021 games.
See?
For the first time.
Yeah, for us. For the first time. So, new old games.
All right.
Old new games? Old new games.
New old games.
Oh.
They're not old new games.
That'd be tough to be.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. What do you think?
How's everybody doing? All right, let's do it. Let's do this top 10-ness.
Don't try to fix this top 10 list name, Corlew. Don't do it.
And some of this, and some of the games, I've played a few games that she had.
Yeah, we got some interesting discussion because some things are new to me, not new to him.
Yep.
So he can't have it on his list.
Let's do this. Oh, and by the way, during the filming of Rebecca's top 100, we had Freezerama.
Oh my gosh!
So get your bets in soon
for tonight.
I fixed some things, but I couldn't fix the.
Oh yes! Round of applause, by the way, for all of your hard work because you worked your butt off. So just saying.
So I fixed some things, but I didn't fix everything.
Hunter did lots. Okay, he did a lot. You have no idea how much.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's freeze this. Let's freeze this baby.
Number 10.
All right. I don't know who's going first. Oh, where's our Bim Bam Bum?
Bim Bam Bum. Let's do this. We gotta mess with our traditions.
Bum Bim Bam or whatever it's called.
Mess with Hunter's brain.
What's it called?
Excuse me.
Bim Bum Bam. All right, let's do it.
How to randomly pick
a start player.
Randomness. Out of two people. I think it'd be a little easier.
Got it.
Oh, it's on.
All right. Here we go. Who never wins?
It's fairly even.
It's pretty even.
It's pretty even. That's
Flip another one.
Yeah.
Who is in more love with Social Network? That might be me.
That's definitely.
So I'm going
you.
first. Oh, I get to pick because I won.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that you go first.
Now you're just insane. What just happened? Okay,
go
fine.
first.
So my number 10 is new to me.
Obviously.
It's
Well, that may not be new. We could have played it the first part of the year.
But it's new to us this year.
Oh,
just saying. That game is the magicalness that is Fury of Dracula. So Dracula, he was furious.
Because he went home when he shouldn't have.
It's true, though. Sometimes Dracula gets a little confused and he's like, gosh darn it, I just want to go home, man. So this is an epic game of one versus all, and you've got Dracula, and then you've got the rest of the people that are trying to figure out where he is, because it's a hidden movement game. It's really interesting, too, because obviously it's kind of cooperative, because in that group of one versus all. But we all have our own unique powers. Dracula, of course, has his unique powers, and his movement is hidden, and the hunt is on. And it seems like it's forever, and you're just picking around blindly in the dark looking for him, and then boom, all of a sudden something happens. Somebody finds him, or a clue or something, and then the chase is on. And let me tell you, it gets so intense once Dracula is finally discovered, because he can take off, and you have to try to pin him down and say, oh my gosh, this game is so fascinating. And it didn't come out this year. This is not a new game. In fact,
we have the 4th edition of the
exactly. As you can tell, this game's been around for a little while. And it's not one of those that's a crank out in 30 minutes kind of game. This is a pretty epic, much longer game. And it's got a lot of meat to it. I thought for one versus all, it's going to be like, you move, you guess where somebody is. Oh, no. Okay, that's it. No, there's a lot more to it than that. It was a lot of fun. Really, really enjoyed it. It was really exciting play of this. And that is Fury of Dracula.
Yeah, I want to give it another shot now that we kind of know what's going on.
Yes. I cannot wait.
It's a good one. Might be mentioned later. Maybe not.
Oh.
My number 10 is, let's see, I got to push the button and we'll know what my number 10 is. CO2.
Oh, good pick.
So CO2 is a Vital Lacerda game that was reprinted by Stronghold. I'm not sure if they still have the rights to it or not. It's called CO2 Second Chance, and basically streamlined it and tricked it up a little bit. We enjoyed this one. We played this one right at the first part of the year, so it almost feels like we played it last year. We played this one twice, back to back. We played it competitive. No, we played it 3 times. Didn't we? We played it competitive.
And then we played it at least 3 times.
And then we played
now.
it cooperative, and then we played it competitive again.
Yep.
We got lost competitive. We won cooperative, and then we won in the second. Well, one of us won in the second. The game didn't beat us in the second competitive game. I can't recall who won. But we beat the game.
It was fun. It was fantastic.
So CO2 is a great little game. It's got some interesting mechanisms, interesting choices. Even the competitive game feels almost a little cooperative because if everyone kind of does their own thing, you're going to lose. But we'll hear more about this later because Rebecca loves this game.
Wow.
You heard me.
Wow.
You heard me.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Number 9.
Dun, da, da, da. My number 9. Also one that's apparently been around a while. I'm late to the party. You might be late to the party. We're all late to the party.
What?
And that is the game of Bloody Inn.
Yeah, it's
it's
old one.
This game is a riot. It's a mess, but it's a riot. So you're an innkeeper. Probably shouldn't be, because you are a shady character. Let me tell you. You invite people into your inn, and then you kill them off. Or maybe you hire them to help you hide the bodies of the other people you killed off. And that's for you to do and decide, and other people to try to figure out. Dun, dun, dun. You're trying to do this without being discovered. And so, it's just a goofy, silly little game. And you're hiding the bodies, but you only have a certain amount of space to hide your bodies.
You hide people in the bodies and other people's graves.
Yes. It's hysterical. Yeah. So you're like, he's got an open spot in his backyard. I'm going to bury somebody over here. I mean, it's chaos. It's hilarious, bizarre chaos, but dark humor is quite funny. If you're into dark humor anyway, you'll enjoy this game. It is a goofball game. I don't know. It was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I think one of the Tommies that's in the chat there.
I think we've exceeded our Tommy.
We have.
We need to
know.
ban one of the Tommies.
Yeah, the thing.
Tommy Miller, I think you win the cut.
That's right.
Get rid of the other Tommy.
That's right.
Anyway, this is a good game. It didn't quite make my list, spoilers, but I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Oh my gosh, it was just funny because it was just like
try it for a lark. It was kind of
almost.
It was really like almost surreal how weird the game was.
It's such a goofy game. You're like, what are you doing? This is crazy. But it's silly, goofy fun.
Yep, it's a fun one.
Yep.
So it's my turn?
It is.
All right.
It is your turn.
Let's see what happens when I push this button.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Hallertau.
Holla.
So this came out right at the end of 2020. It's technically a 2020 game. I almost consider it a 2021 game, but it won some 2020 awards. So I really can't make it a 2021 game if it's won some 2020 awards. This is the latest big box Uwe Rosenberg game. I enjoyed it. It's got some interesting mechanisms. It's crazy worker placement, resource management. It's got an interesting worker placement system. I'm sure it's been used before, but basically you put 1, then 2, then you have to put more workers. The more people that go to the same spot. What's interesting is the workers they're not necessarily your workers. You just have little cubes that you put, and in each round, of certain regions of the board, some of the workers leave. So it's kind of weird how the workers, you don't just take all your workers back at the end of the round. It's got an interesting mechanism with that. And it's just basically beyond that, it's a lot of resource management. You're building some buildings, I don't know what they call them, but they're basically cards that make you more efficient at certain things. it's just a big resource management puzzle. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It's fun, and it's very different because like the whole house moves kind of thing. It's like the whole thing moves, the whole board, your player board moves with you as you cover up things and uncover others.
Yeah, you're basically expanding your city, but you're moving like this board across, and it opens up spaces, and you have to fill in resources. You have to pay a certain number of resources to be able to keep moving the board. So it's all about gathering the right resource to expand your city.
It's pretty interesting because visually it's not something you're used to seeing your whole board move and cover up things, and it's very interesting that way.
It's a cool game.
It is. It's very fun.
That's it for nines.
Wow, we're just flying through those nines.
Let's go on.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8 is new to me this year. It's not new to Hunter. He couldn't even put this on his list because he's played it before.
I know what this is.
Yeah, you have to know what it is because there's very few games that we've played separately this year. That is Merchant of Venus. Y'all shocked by this? I'm shocked by this because every time everybody talks about this game, I'm like, wow, I'll pass. Thanks.
I think people put too much into the roll and move.
I think they do. Because this game, and it might be I know there's a couple different versions too.
Yes.
You said maybe people are playing the wrong version. Because this version that we played was really fun. And yeah, you do roll and move. And there's some quirky elements to that. Because if you do misroll, some of them you've got kind of like, to explain it better, like one-lane roads. You can't go both ways. Sometimes you can only go one direction on it. So you have to keep going, like if something branches. And the way you roll will only go this way. So you're going to have to circle back around if you don't roll enough. It's usually pretty funny, honestly. It's one of those things, if you take that seriously and you get mad at a misroll like that, you probably shouldn't be playing this kind of game. No, it's not one of those things. And it's funny because it's got kind of a Zaya feel to it, the way that it rolls and the movements are, but you can get special engines so that you're skipping a whole bunch of like having to step through and work your way through one little plot at a time on the map. You're skipping every, 2 or 3 steps if you get a bigger engine. So that gets rid of a whole bunch of that. And you're going around from place to place, it's kind of picking up and delivering and just silly movement, and you're racing each other. Surprisingly fun. Like, I can understand why like Eric Summer like freaks out about this and loves this game so much now. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love the economy. I love the exploration.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many cool things going on with it.
I think people take this one way too seriously for what it is.
Well, I mean, I could see that you could have several bad rolls in a row that kind of upset you. Mm-hmm. And if you're not willing to kind of laugh it off and move on, then I mean, the pain kind of gets spread around, right? Everyone's going to kind of have the same pain.
Oh, yeah.
And there is some strategy on how you fly your ship around so that you don't get stuck with it. Yeah. You mitigate some of those bad rolls potentially by how you maneuver your ship around.
Well, and there's some things that if it's just that big of a pain, avoid that area. I mean, it may hurt to do it and take a long route, but it may work for you better. I mean, there was one section that we all kind of just avoided after a while because we kept just misrolling and getting stuck. So we're like, I want to try a different approach to this. Yeah. Worked fine. You're good. It's a lot of fun. So it's just, if you haven't played it yet and you're interested, like intrigued, you really should give it a try because I feel like all this time I've been fed the wrong information.
Yeah, after I played it, I figured you might like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was glad that you were like, hey, let's play this. So anyway, I see some of you were like, thinking about it or whatnot. Definitely do.
All right. That's my 8.
What is your 8?
Let's find out. Rococo Deluxe Edition.
Rococo.
So we got Rococo this year, I think it was. It was on sale. It's expensive because it's Deluxe Edition. It was on sale at the Eagle Griffin site. Mm-hmm. We grabbed it up. We heard good things about it, and we really enjoyed it. We had a really good play of it. I'm not sure if we played it again. I don't know if
we have.
Oh, we have played it twice? Oh,
yes,
yeah, we played it twice now.
We have.
I really enjoyed it. It's a great little game. Don't let the theme fool you. It's still a really great, got some great mechanisms. It's got a little bit of area control going on. It's got resource management. it's got a lot of cool things going on with it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. The theme didn't bother me at all. I mean, the theme could be anything really. It could be. I mean, they do work a good theme of building the dresses and outfits and having people wear them and go to the ball and blah blah blah. You could do the same theme, same with just different mechanisms, but you can probably say about any game. But I enjoyed it. It's fun, collecting lace and cloth and seamstresses.
Rococo.
Whatever Rococo, I assume that's a city. I don't know.
Rococo?
Yeah.
No, it's like a time period and a style and whatnot.
Oh, is it Rococo? I don't know. No clue. I need some cocoa though.
Rococo. Ooh, a good time of year for the.
That's a good one. It's a good one. Again, don't let the theme scare you off. If you like good Euro placement. Euro set collection, not set collection. It's kind of a set collection. A little bit of everything.
It does. It has worker placement too.
Kind of.
Yeah. See, Rococo.
It's a good one. It's a good game. It's a good little Euro game. Heavy Euro game. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. That's true. Rococo.
And I don't know if the regular version's available or not, but the Eagle Griffin version is awesome. So it's just off the charts cool. But it's expensive.
Rococo.
All right, let me find the button. And we're
Number 7.
So, before I start my number 7, a couple little things I noticed. Nick, you said you're injured. That's not cool. Get better.
Nick!
Not allowed to be injured. You have to stay healthy. Yeah. And the other one, Corley mentioned BGA, and does it count? And I'm like, board game arena?
Of course it counts.
Yeah, especially in this day and
online
age.
board games at this point, due to COVID and other reasons.
Especially, yeah, because of COVID and everything else, board games online count. You're playing a full board game. I think Zaris mentioned something. Are all the players human? You're good to go. I think that totally counts.
That's not a bad way to put it. If all the players are human, it counts.
Yeah, because, I mean...
That would take away just fiddling around on an app by yourself. Wouldn't really count. Right?
Yeah. Because you're still playing, playing the board game. Maybe you're not physically playing with pieces, but you're mentally doing it for sure. So my number 7 shall come as a surprise. Why didn't I comment on Rococo? Well, it's because it's my number 7. That's my number 7. Is Rococo. This game, oh goodness, it's so.
We'll talk more. She enjoyed it a lot more. Yeah, than I did. Even though we ended up in the same spot, she definitely enjoyed it more than I did.
It's ridiculous. Okay, so you're getting ready to have a party, and you are one of the most popular seamstresses in town, or at least you got to make your place in the world by making the awesomest dresses and suits for the party, and you want everyone to wear or rent or buy your suits and dresses and stuff. So you're going to make these fabulous things and then rent them out to people and sell them and stuff, and then have them position themselves all over the palace so that you're showing off your lovely designs.
What was that again?
Lovely designs. And then the theme to this game is ridiculous, and I love it. But the deluxe edition is even more ridiculous because you have all these fun little bits and everything and little floofs of lace and oh my gosh. Anyway, so you're collecting all this stuff. You have to have your ingredients to make your makes it like I'm baking a cake. You know what I mean? You need to have all your lace and thread and this and that to make your proper clothing. And so you've got to get all of that, and then you got to get a nice position in the castle. So you're trying to do all of this and that, and you get benefits. There's almost, I don't want to say like kind of majority control for some of those, because at the end of the game,
no, they definitely got the most. All the areas score.
All the areas score and stuff, and it's really actually a quite heavy game with this very ridiculously light and floofy theme to it. But it's you want to be able to watch the fireworks show. I'm sure Handel is playing fabulous fireworks music to go with it. Rococo.
It's a good one.
It's just
you like heavy Euro games.
It's a great heavy Euro game.
You owe yourself to
the theme
try
is
it out.
just silliness.
It's not silly.
It's silly.
It's elegant.
It's lovely.
All right, what's my number 7? Let's see. Let's hit this button and find out. The Search for Planet X. So this is another one that came out right at the end of 2020. It basically was like in print for like 2 seconds, and then it went out of print. So most people got it this year, but it's definitely a 2020 game because the first print run was done in 2020. It's a good one. I I've always kind of enjoyed logic puzzles when I was a kid. If Anne is older than Fred and Fred's younger.
Oh man, when I was you like that as a kid?
I love those puzzles.
Oh, they made me angry, instantly angry as a kid.
Especially when the ones where you have to build like a matrix to be able to figure out what they are. Those are the best.
Oh,
but anyway, Search for
those
Planet
as a
X is a logic puzzle. You're basically getting clues and piecing those clues together to find the location of Planet X. You get clues like Planet X is next to a dwarf star, and 2 dwarf stars can't be next to each other, and you get all these different clues, and you finally puzzle out what the whole board is for the most part, and narrow it down to Planet X, and you get points for guessing certain things right each round. You get bonus stuff, but invariably you get the good chunk of the points. The one that finds Planet X gets a good chunk of points. So it's a great game. It's a great little logic puzzle. It uses an app. It's another app game.
I know
that uses an app to basically check your thing. So you say, I do this kind of research, and it says, okay, this is the information you get.
It's fun.
And you mark it on your little board and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is a cool little game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I was pleasantly surprised how much fun I had playing it. So,
yep. So do you feel like you're splitting hairs putting this on this list if it's border 2020-ish?
No, it came out in 2020.
Okay.
No,
all right. You're just standing firm. You're not going to
the borderline ones are like the ones that come out in Essen and then don't have a U.S. print until the next year.
Okay.
Those are the ones that are confusing. It's like, okay, do you count it? It's out, but it's not available in the United States. So
it's not here.
Those are the ones that are kind of borderline. Some people actually are borderline about the. You can analyze it many different ways. Like some people say that the Kickstarter doesn't count; it's the retail version that counts. But now, so many Kickstarters don't even go to retail. So how do you judge that? I mean,
why has it got to be that crazy?
I guess my for the most part, I judge it. Did a person from the U.S. get it in their hands,
right,
without having to go to Essen, go to Europe to get it?
Yeah,
that's kind of where we judge it.
Okay, that's fair.
But people judge it different ways, right? People in Europe would judge the Essen releases as that year, right?
Well, yeah, because they're able to get it. That makes perfect sense. So, I mean, it's fair to say that their lists could be slightly skewed differently than ours for that reason, because, well, that's where the focal point is. Makes perfect sense. So,
Planet X. It's a good one. Wow. That's it, right? 7?
It is, and it's magical.
Magical.
Number 6 has been mentioned already. I'm shocked we've had some crossover. I really thought this was going to be a very different list. I'm intrigued.
CO2.
Yep. CO2, peeps. The plants like it, and I like this game. I'm just saying. So, what he said, and then some. The theme is not really what sends me. I'm like, okay, I get it. I don't know. For me, that's kind of a, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a fun theme.
It seems like work, right?
Yeah, I'm like, it's a little too close to home. We need to save the planet from choking on its own, filth. And I'm like, cool. Not a fun topic. So I'm like, on the topic, but the mechanisms, wow, they are so good. It's one of my, I don't know what it is, the way that the game just clicks, and I like puzzling it out, how you're going to make it work. You've got the different sections of the world all sectioned off, and each round, like, there's kind of one that's a focus. And if you don't concentrate on that area, like, really, really bad things happen. But at the same time, you can't neglect the other parts of the world. So you kind of need to sort of work together, at least somewhat, to clear off the one focal point each round, right? Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't care.
I don't even care.
I don't even care. You just throw it out and let it die. You're like, North America, bye, But it's interesting because you pseudo work together. That part of it is kind of true to life, though. I mean, all the countries, we all have our own agendas and our own goals and stuff. And we're like, yeah, we probably should all work on this, but I really want to go do some other things. It's just, everybody's like that, So it's interesting. So when do you want to work together and really focus on that stuff versus start to make some strides in the other parts of the world before the focal point's over there? In which case, if you haven't done any work in there, it's really hard to overcome that round. So cool mechanisms, cool ideas behind it. Heady theme. So, but again, Lacerda just, it's an interesting, just the way he does stuff. I'm just fascinated by it. Heaviest thematic Euros out there. So, good times.
Don't mind me, I was doing some paperwork.
Uh-oh.
Because we started a little late. I didn't get to do my pre-show
Ooh.
prep stuff.
Ooh.
All right, let's see what my number 6 is, because I'm excited. Let's find out.
Okay, let's see it.
Hey, Screw Dracula.
Blah, blah.
I really enjoyed
I'm
this.
back.
This was a fun play. This was a good group of people playing, laughing, and joking, and me messing up as Dracula. It was great.
Whatever, you did great for the longest time, and then you're like, whoops, and then we're like, ha ha,
I didn't realize
Dracula.
I was just
great.
traveling
So much fun.
around. I completely missed the rule. You played Fury Dracula. When he goes back to his castle, he gets all these benefits, but then he can't go back to it. So I lost all
that's right.
I lost all the benefits of going back.
That's
And I
right.
wasn't going to backtrack because it's secret movement, right?
Yeah,
So,
you would have painted yourself into a corner.
Right.
It would have been really bad.
So I was like, okay. So I learned my lesson, and then shortly thereafter, I got beat up pretty bad. So, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. I really want to try it again. I enjoyed it. I want to play Dracula again when I know what's going on. But we for first play, I think it worked out pretty well. I almost killed Tommy. It was good.
Poor
Almost killed Tommy. So yeah, I enjoy it. It's a great. It's a long one. It plays 2 or 3 hours long. Ours was a little shorter because I got ganked pretty quick. Well,
But
pretty quick. It was still
2 hours.
It was 2 hours in.
You know what though? It's an engaging and pretty tense 2 hours.
Right.
You're really engaged in that game. It's
Right.
not something where you're like, oh, we've got downtime. Dracula's got to move.
There's a lot of table discussion. And
yeah,
stuff
there's
like that.
so much discussion because you're all trying to work together. Do we split up? Do we not? You know, I mean, it's
Right.
just it can get you if you're by yourself. It's fun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was surprised to see it on your list. I figured you'd put more light and fluffy games on your list.
Yeah,
So far,
I like
you've
to
been
mix
mostly
things
heavy
up.
games.
I like to mix things up.
Someone called it in the comments to one of your top 100 videos.
Oh yes.
That this is the year of heavy games for you.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it though?
That's what they're saying.
It's possible. It might be.
All right.
We shall see.
Moving on, right?
We are.
Number 5.
Is
Let's
it
do
live?
it.
Number 5.
Alrighty. My number 5 is another heavy game.
We're all the light and fluffy games.
Non-existent.
Exactly. Someone called it, man. I have to see who that is and give him props. It's the year of the heavy game. I'm excited. Heavy game.
I know you love that. You love that. So yeah, this one is another. You were talking about an app-assisted game. This is an app-assisted game. We're kind of late to the party, or at least I am. Yeah, you were too.
Yep.
And that is Alchemists. This is one of the first big app games that came out, and we were like, pass. Because of course at the time we were like, we're trying to get away from the stinking cell phones, and here we are bringing them into the board games. No, bleh, let's just play the game. Blah 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 blah. So we just kind of avoided it. Well, we kind of came around to that, and this is another one of those like puzzly logic puzzle games of greatness, and it's got a hilarious theme. So you're trying to build these different potions. Are they good potions? Are they bad potions? You don't know at first. You got to test them out. How do you test them out? Well, you could test them yourself, but that might make you sick. I know. Let's hire a student. They'll do anything to try to get their degree.
Poison,
That's right. If they get too sick,
you can pay them off. You give them a little extra money because you poisoned them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so hilarious. You're like, hey, I see you're working on getting your degree. Good for you. Here, try this potion. We'll just see what happens. Oh, no big deal. So yeah, it's just hysterical. So you're trying these out, and then we're trying to sell off our potions and beat each other to it and all that good stuff. Really, what you're doing with the
app.
The app, thank you. I'm like, the thingy on the technology. Okay. With the thingy on the technology, it's just testing it for you. You can have a separate person. Their whole job for the whole game would be to math all this out and whatnot.
Right.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind being that person. It'd be kind of fun.
Boring.
I think it'd be kind of fun because you get to chat with everybody while they're doing stuff. But it's kind of handy to have the cool little app with all the little sound effects and stuff, and it's fun to kind of put it in and then get the music, and then everyone's like, what do we get? What do you get? What do you get? And you're like, wouldn't you like to know? It's kind of fun. I like that. And yes, somebody did catch my short circuit reference. Nice job. Good job.
Someone
fellow
asked
nerds.
the new American Underground asked
Yes.
what new old means. It's
Oh,
games
yes.
that we played in 2021 for the first time that are not 2021 games.
Yes.
They're from previous years.
Yes.
So they're new to us, but they're old games.
Yes.
Old games.
Case in point, Alchemists.
Yes, that one's pretty old. All right, let's see what my number 5 is. I'm sure it's exciting. 18MS.
Multiple sclerosis?
Mississippi.
Oh, that's much better. Much better.
I think the subtitle is The Railroads Come to Mississippi.
What is with these crazy long titles?
Something
Didn't
like
we
that.
joke about that a while back, about the crazy long titles that no one actually uses them?
Yes. That's why you see
18 Mississippi.
18MS. So anyway, this
Crazy.
one, we played this one on the 18XX website, which is really amazing.
Yeah, that is a
great
cool
way to
website.
play 18XX games.
Yep.
I love this one. This is my new intro to,
that's right, I need to play this one with you.
18XX. This is even lighter than 18 Cheesecake or Chesapeake.
Cheesecake.
It's lighter than that. The only reason this
Cheesecake's
one,
heavy.
this one's probably my top 100 is going to be lower down because it's a little too light. It's like crazy light, crazy fast. Well, for 18, it's for an 18XX game. It's not a light game. It's a heavy game. But for compared to other 18XX games, it is by far the lightest that I know of that I've ever heard of. You can play this one, I think, with 4 or 5 players in less than 2 to 3 hours, which a normal 18XX game is 5 plus hours.
That's crazy different.
Chesapeake is about a little bit longer.
Cheesecake.
But MS is easier to teach, less rules. It pushes the game along. In some of the 18XX games, you can kind of stall the game a little bit and kind of not let it progress. This one really drives the players to progress in the game, and it forces that time frame. So it's going to be a 2 to 3 hour game, no matter really how you play, unless you're just slow playing your turns.
Excellent.
Really solid game. Very straightforward. This would be it's the new one. Before it was Chesapeake, I'd tell you your first 18XX game. I think this one
Beats Chesapeake?
it's an easier game to learn. It plays faster too.
Guys, that's interesting.
So I mean,
Okay.
it gets you in and out of the game quicker. So maybe if it's not your kind of game, you gets it over quicker. Or you can play it once and then you go, oh, I know how it goes. You can rack it up and play it again, and in one game day you can get 2 plays of this in. So it's a really good game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's not one I'm necessarily going to visit all the time because it's so light. I really want a little bit more going on.
Did you just call an 18XX game
compared
light?
to other 18XX games? It's implied.
What is
I'm not gonna
happening?
I'm not going to say that every time.
He's gone fully
compared
to the dark
to other
side, guys.
18XX
There is
games.
no
It
help
is
for
a
him.
very light game.
Oh my goodness! It's like I don't even know you anymore.
No, man. I've always called
18XX
games light.
light.
It's light compared to other ones. Oh my gosh.
Y'all heard that? It is on film. We have proof. We're better now.
18 Mississippi, my number 5. We'll move on.
Number 4.
All right. My number 4. I guess this is probably the lightest game on here,
What is it? A Vital Lacerda
maybe?
game?
Not quite.
18 MS?
Not
No?
no, I haven't played that game yet, actually. No, it's Last Will. This game definitely is not new. But it's new to me and it's glorious. We played Prodigal's Club, good grief, 5 years ago or something.
Yeah,
Loved
it was
it.
5 years ago.
And we never got a chance to really play Last
Ish.
Will and knew that it was very similar. I'm like, oh, someday. And Hunter managed to scrounge up a copy of it. We're like, let's play this. Oh my gosh, this game is hilarious. I love this game. You got Uncle Megabucks kicks the bucket. And now in his will, he's like, I'm giving you all a chunk of money. And whoever like lives life to the fullest and spends this the fastest gets my entire fortune. And so you're like, let's go crazy. And it's like a reverse of every other board game you ever play where you're like, I'm trying to save my money or my money is the victory points. And this one is like, money has cooties. Get it away from you. Spend it everywhere. You know, it's...
Right. What was that again? Oh my God.
It's
You
just hilarious.
Made it rain.
I did. I'm like, hire all the fancy chefs, you know, get the extra butlers and
you really like
buy
this
a
one.
carriage. It's just ridiculous. It's fun. It's silly. I mean, you're just finding an excuse to spend money on stupid crap. It's just funny.
Yeah. This one is this is kind of on my radar way back, and then it fell off, and then it hit a bunch of top 10 Dice Tower top 10 lists all at once.
Oh, did it?
Just kind of
okay.
kind of different lists for
Okay.
different reasons. It hit a bunch of lists. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I was wanting to try that game. So
Yeah, it's a silly theme. Oh, wouldn't it be fun if we all had to have that little life experiment, right? You know, oh darn, I have this chunk of money. I have to spend it in ridiculous ways.
yeah, it's funny. Like you have a fancy meal, but you want to hire the best chef.
Oh, yeah,
invite some guests. You want to have a dog for some reason.
It's just stupid because the dog eats food, I guess. I don't know.
That's
It's
funny.
just fantastic.
It's a good
so
one.
much fun.
I'm glad I got that one. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, it's a blast.
All right. Let's see what my number 4 is.
What is it?
We're getting the good ones now.
Are we?
The
Just
rest of the
now?
other ones were crap.
Just now?
This is good.
Wow.
We're getting
Really?
the good ones.
Really? Wow.
The Great Zimbabwe.
You really liked this
I
game.
really like this game.
A lot.
Eventually, I'm going to get this game when the pre-order comes in from Europe. Europe, work with me.
I think you need to walk there and then both
I need
there
to walk
yourself.
up to the slaughterhouse and knock on the door and
Is
say,
that what it's
"Where
called?
is
The slaughterhouse?
the slaughterhouse?" And knock on the door and say, "Where is my game?" And what's bad is there's a pre-order game attached to it that's setting and rotting. I didn't really. I was thinking, oh no, I'm not
He
in
made it
any
again,
hurry
he
to get
did it
this
again.
other game, so I'll add it on. And now it's been almost
And now, because
6,
of
7
2020,
months.
you'll never do that again.
But we played this one early on with the infamous Tommy. Completely wrong, not completely wrong, but we got one rule wrong. Then I played
That's
it
right.
at Board Game
That's
Geek
right, we did. Okay.
last week, 2 weeks ago. Whenever Board Game Geek was, 2 weeks ago. And I played it again. I loved it. I was really considering canceling my pre-order just because it was setting so long. But now that I played it again, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna hold out.
Look at you.
Eventually, Splatter will come through for me. But yeah, so I played this twice in 2021 for the first time, and this is an older Splatter game from several years back. So it's a Splatter game, crazy, heavy, lots of heavy in terms of all the decisions and different ways you can play, but not so heavy in terms of how the actions work. So
Absolutely.
Splatter's kind of got that Lacerda vibe in terms of it. There's not a lot of rules. There's not a lot to teach, but the decisions are like just so
it really was.
complicated, and the gameplay is complicated just because of all the interaction of what's going on. But Zimbabwe, I think, has a 6-page rule book or something like that.
Right.
And most of it's pictures, so it's like not much rules to it at all. But they're so deep into the decision space of things you can do and not do, and how things interact and work together and stuff like that. So you learn one little rule, but use that rule in so many different ways to play the game. So it's a good one. It's not my favorite Splatter, but it's a good one.
Ooh,
it's a good one.
It is a good one for you.
All right, let's
Not
move
too
on.
shabby.
We're at the top 3.
We are.
Number 3.
Number 3. This game is so funny. Man, Tommy keeps popping up in this conversation tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah,
Never.
this is the time.
But this is another infamous Tommy game. Tommy brought this random game. We didn't even actually play the whole game because you had to go, craziness ensued, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, we ended
We played
early.
most of the game. We had to end early.
I was winning, so I was okay with it.
Oh, is that how it was? Okay, typical.
I don't know if I was even winning.
I don't remember either. But we liked it so much. Before we got a chance to play the entire game, Hunter did his little boop, 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 send, order, complete, and then boom, we ordered the game. So then we got to play it again.
And the game is?
And then we played it again.
And the game is?
And that game is Dominations, the game of triangles. You'll know when you understand. You'll understand if you see all the pieces. All the little pieces that you're putting together are triangles.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what it is about this game. It's got the triangular pieces in each corner. It's got different little jewel thingies. And you're matching them up. And if you make matches, you get certain things. You get more of these and this and that. So there's all those different things all about the placement. And then if you get a whole, like, what do they call it? Do they call it a cluster? I don't remember. I made jokes about it being a cluster. I don't know if it was actually called
I don't
that,
know what it's called.
You get like a whole bunch of them together. You get like mad victory points and stuff.
Circle.
And you get kind of a
I don't
little
know what it's
area.
called.
and you get to control it.
Cluster.
I know, sorry, I have a weird sense of humor. I know. But just all the different moves that you get to do, and it was just really
the tech trees.
The tech tree, I just loved how it all interacted. Yeah, the monuments, that's the other thing too.
Yeah.
And it just, there's all this stuff going on and it all interacts really well, but it seems like if you just heard about the random aspects of the game, you're like, it's all in the same game?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it works together so well and it's really fun. And so, yeah, we played it a bunch. We've played it several times.
Yep.
I would happily play that game right now.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And it's another one of those too that it's a pretty heavy game, but we went to play it again. Didn't really have to review the rules. I mean, it clicks. It makes sense. You remember the rules to it. It's one of those kinds of games. It really sticks with you, and I loved that. And it's, just beyond. I was like, you could probably see the very bottom of it right here. It's taunting me. It's saying, "Come play." It's so much fun.
Yeah, you can see the corner of it.
I think it kind of slipped under the radar. I don't hear people talking about this
game.
Yeah,
I think it was kickstarted and then just disappeared.
And it's, oh my gosh, I don't know. It's like it slipped under the radar and no one's talking about it. And I'm like, this is really fun to play. Why aren't people talking about it? Is it completely closed off to find? That's what I'm wondering. Is it just?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's worth taking.
I think some people have issues with how abstracted the Civ building is.
Okay, I get that because I mean, I don't think of it as a Civ builder.
It is a Civ game.
It is.
It very much is. You're getting like poetry and writing and things with your text.
But I kind of get lost in all the puzzly bits and don't even think about it as
being a puzzle game.
It really is puzzles at its heart.
It turns off some of the people because you don't have troops, you don't fight each other.
I get that. I get that. This is very Euro. It's fun. Domination. Kabuki.
Well, you know what I think about your number 3 pick? I think it's garbage.
No, you don't.
My number 3 pick is Dominations.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I mean, seriously, it's. I should just. You know what? I'm just gonna show you.
You can keep talking. It's a great game.
What?
No, I'm saying you can keep talking. You can keep talking about it. You can take up my time.
No. You talk about it. I'll show it.
No, I just love it. I especially love how the technologies work and they build off of each other. You have it's almost like a tech tree. You have level 1 and 2 and 3 of different technologies.
What's this? Why do we have this printed FAQ? Oh yeah. Tech tree with the gems. Look at this little beauty. Look at this beauty. So yeah, you got the different things, and you go up the tech trees as you. It's not really tech trees. It's a victory point track.
Those are your resources.
I can English. I promise you. After a full day of teaching, I've lost the ability to communicate.
Resources.
So resources. What's cool is as you get more of these, it makes your life easier. You keep tracking this, and you start to get little spots here, like checkpoints, as it were.
Checkpoint City.
You get Checkpoint City. You get some cool stuff, and then you have the not so exciting looking tiles. See, they're just little.
No, these are your markers.
Little
ownership markers.
I say tiles. Good grief! I can't English.
Where are you from?
I don't know.
Why'd you get this down? You can't even describe.
I can't even describe. There's things and stuff.
Show them the triangles.
I will show you the triangles though.
Those aren't triangles.
Those are the cards. Where's my triangles? Look at him. Isn't he cool? Isn't he cool? Look at him.
And you're matching up gem colors. It's kind of like in what's that game that I don't like?
There's so many.
No, that game that we got rid of that I don't like.
Oh, there's so many.
I don't know.
He's so
messing up gem colors.
Oh,
So if
I'm the inarticulate
If you match up
one.
gem colors, you get resources and stuff.
Yep.
When you produce.
Yep.
Look what you did.
I didn't do nothing.
Look what you did. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to fix things.
What's going on right now?
I am fixing things, okay?
Anyway, Dominations is great. I've been waffling on whether to get the
We like waffles.
The expansions or not. Because we're kind of happy with what
I like the base game. Stop playing with things.
I don't know if we're going to get the expansions or not.
Because honestly, we're kind of expansioned out again.
It has these lovely little monuments.
Yeah, and they stay built. I love this. They stay built.
Mostly.
Well,
you have to Tetris them into
You do have to Tetris them in to keep them built. So you have to be a little careful. But yeah, this is what I was talking about when you build a cluster, as I call them. You build the area that these sit on. So you have to, basically what's cool is other people can help you build this area, and then you snipe the last spot. And since you completed it, you're the one that gets to put these little buildings on it.
Yeah.
So it can be kind of mean sometimes because you're working so hard to build this stuff, and then you're like, snipe, I take this place. I build the
It's a
monument.
good one.
It's fun.
Like she said, it seems like it was popular for 10 minutes and then it kind of disappeared. But I love it.
Yeah.
It's to me it feels like a Civ game, but it's very, 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 very abstract. Did they name the game I was thinking of?
No, I don't know.
Remember the game where you built the pyramids with the different gems?
Yeah, I know, and I loved that game. It blinked as soon as I liked that game. I don't know why you hated it so much. Anyway, I'll think of the game name after the show's over, and I'll just shout it randomly into the ether. Maybe one of you will pick it up. So, it's a good game. It's a good game.
Number 2.
Viceroy.
Neutral wins the internet.
He wins. You win a gold star.
Viceroy.
Good job. Good job.
It has similar mechanisms to Viceroy.
Yeah.
In terms of the matching up the gems.
Don't try to copy Neutral, Tommy. You're not cool.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 has been mentioned before.
Oh, wait, hold on. Planet X.
Cheater. All right, yes, it is The Search for Planet X. Okay, Hunter likes this game. I love this game. I hate it. It's so weird. I hated this kind of stuff when I was a kid. I hated it. Because if I could not figure it out, I had so little patience for those kinds of puzzles. If I could not figure it out, sometimes I could. But if I couldn't, man. And these awkward guests, Search for Planet X, Alchemists, these are like my big 3. I love these games so much. They're puzzles. They're logic puzzles. What's wrong with me? I don't know, but they're awesome. I highly recommend playing this. You're going through, and I think maybe because this one is so extra awesome for me, it's the astronomy theme. And I always thought it was fascinating how people go and search for Planet X. Like this was the big thing. You know, all you old folks with us remember all of the Planet X stuff, you know, all the searching.
Call me old?
Yep. When we first started discovering other planets, like it's so cool, right? And you're going in and you're taking this logic puzzle and you're like, okay, I know this kind of information. Of course, we board gamified this, but they take this information. Okay, well, you know, based off of blah, blah, blah orbits and whatnot, you can figure out there must be something there. Okay, so we learn things like, well, you get clues that there's no 2 meteorites in the same, you know, right next to each other or something. So you're like, okay, so if I found out there's a meteor here, that means there can't be one here or here. So that'll eliminate, you know, and you start to, you know, eliminate different possibilities. And then you're trying to figure out where the planet X is. And with all of these different clues, and I just love the way you go around getting the different clues and stuff. I don't even care if I win, as long as I figure out where planet X is before the end. If somebody beats me, I'm okay. I just want to find it. Or get a lot of the information. I think
in the first game we played, we all found it the same
same turn, and we were like, it was like if we had had a bell, we all would have dove over the table kind of thing and rung the bell. It was funny. Oh, I don't know what it is. It's that space theme and puzzling it out, and awesome. You just get totally lost in this game, and I love it.
Just for my good buddy.
Your good buddy.
KK. I do say Viceroy. 3 syllables.
Viceroy.
Viceroy.
Viceroy?
Viceroy.
What, did I miss some nonsense in the chats?
They said that it's the Texan way of saying Viceroy. See, I just said it again. On that note, my number 2 is
Viceroy.
Dwellings of Eldervale.
Oh, of course.
Dwellings of Eldervale. This came out late 2020. I was late to the game. I actually did a pledge manager, late buy or something. I don't know. I bought it from the actual company.
Oh, okay.
They had some leftover copies, and I jumped and bought the Super Collector Ultra Mega Edition.
Yeah.
So I love this game. I want to play it again. In fact, it's on my to be played list before I do my top 100 because I don't know where it's going to land, but it's going to be way up there somewhere. So I want to play it one more time to make sure.
Oh my gosh!
Where I want to put it.
Yep.
So this is a great game. It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of a.
Is it about a retirement community?
No. Dwellings of elder people.
I liked that, Sarah.
So basically, it reminds me a little bit of Scythe. You're moving little workers around the map and utilizing different areas. Eventually, you can build dwellings. You basically turn one of your little workers. You put a little hat on him. He becomes a dwelling. and you take control of areas. Meanwhile, monsters are tramping around, killing people.
And then make sounds.
And you're going up all these tracks. You're collecting resources. The production is off the charts productions here. The base Eldervale's here.
So true.
The next level Eldervale's here. The legendary version's here, and then the ultra legendary is off the camera up here somewhere. The production is ridiculous. Your monsters make noises when you move around the map. It is insane.
Then they have 2 different options for the 2 different types of monsters that you can attach to.
Well, that's if you have the legendary edition,
thing.
you get 2 kinds of monsters.
It's ridiculous.
If you don't buy the legendary edition, you only get 1 kind of monster.
Oh heavens! How can you live without the extra one?
It's just off the charts, but it's just so amazing to look at. It makes the game just
shiny pretty.
There you go. Shiny,
I don't even care
pretty.
if I lose because I'll just stomp the monsters around for a little while and annoy Hunter, and I'm good.
So much. And I enjoy the gameplay of how it works. I love the area control, the moving around and taking control of areas while hiding from the monsters. Or you can even potentially you can get the ability, if you get the right spell or whatever, you can take over the monster and go and kill your opponents with the monster. It's an amazing game. I love it. I want to play it right now. You
would. In fact, I'm going to make sure he doesn't, because we'll change screens and he's going to be rawr, like stomping through the screen. We'll never hear any more about it.
I really want to get this. This one will get played before I do my top 100 because it's going to be top 20 probably.
Wow, really? You know what though? The board play is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I get that.
I like dudes on the map killing people.
But these are monsters on a map, even cooler.
Yep.
It's true.
All right, that's it.
No, it's not.
Except for the big one. Numero uno. Let's see what we got.
Number 1.
It's time for number 1. What is the best game of all time for this year?
Well, new old game.
Yeah, new.
I know what this one is because I just bought you the massive Ultra Millennium Collector's Edition Deluxeified, fully sleeved, off the charts, insane version of this game.
Therefore, winning Husband of the Year award. Just saying. Yes, and that is Millennium Blades. He got it. Okay, so Millennium Blades. Yeah, super late to the party. Yeah, I know. This game, we finally got to play it, and it's so cool. It's a game, if you haven't heard of it before, because it is older, it's a game where you are a CCG player. You're a collectible card game player, and you're going to get some decks and stuff and build up, and you're going to go play in a card game tournament, and then get some more decks and purchase some booster packs and get all this stuff and trades and do all this stuff and build up your deck and go to another tournament and see if you do any better. That's so cool. It's so much fun. All the decks are like you already have all the cards, but they're out there, and optional. You get to go and try to purchase them, and you get stuff for the tournament. You build up all the cards. It's like reliving CCG days without having to go completely broke trying to play CCG games. It's awesome. It's like the best of all of it without the worst parts. You just have to pay the one-time cost of the monster game of Millennium Blades,
right,
and then you have endless CCG opportunities. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And I love to play cards. I used to play CCGs a lot. I love that. And now just to have that in like game format, it's like, where have you been all my life?
Yeah, I'm
Millennium
looking forward
Blades?
to trying out our version, our crazy Deluxeified,
So
crazy
excited
version
of
it.
It's so
I'm wondering, here's how it's going to
good.
play 2 players. So, there you go.
Great, because
Yeah, we got to get this one played
reasons.
again.
Obviously.
It's on our shelf of shame.
Have y'all played that?
Since
Y'all
we haven't
played
played our
that?
version.
Oh man, if you haven't played this, play it with me. I'll play it.
So what's my number 1?
Millennium Blades.
No.
It's above, wait a minute, it's above Dwellings of Eldervale?
Yes.
Hold on. No,
I
not
played it 2 weeks ago and immediately purchased it.
crud. Is it on my list?
No, you didn't play it.
Oh, then I'm not going to know. I always forget.
My
I
number
always forget.
1
I'll know it as soon as I see it.
game that I played in 2021 that is not a
Is?
2021 game
Is?
is Democker.
Oh, yeah. I knew I'd remember
This
it.
game was designed for me.
What year did it come out?
Oh gosh, forever ago.
Oh, wow.
20 years ago, 15
So
years
they're
ago.
like, "Hey, Hunter, we're ready for you," and you're like not listening, and you're like, "Oh,
This
sad
game,
Democker."
I mean, I played it, and I was like,
Tommy knew.
I went to dinner afterwards, and all I was thinking about was the game. Like, what, it was just amazing.
That's awesome.
I love this
Okay,
game.
lady.
This game, I'm glad I just on a whim tried it out. I thought, I might like it.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you're like really stoked to play
It's
that.
got negotiation. It's got auctioning. It's got hidden information.
This is your game.
It's got area control.
This is your game.
Oh, so good.
It is your
The
game.
theme isn't the best in the world. It's a German election system, but it's a mechanism for all these. It's a vehicle for all these mechanisms. This is one time you should say mechanics. It's a vehicle for all these mechanics. I cracked myself up. Anyway,
Womp.
Democker. It's just I enjoy it. I'm like that. That is probably my most wanted to play game of all the games that we have right now. I want to play that game.
That's pretty cool.
So
there's quite a few games
bad.
over there right now.
So great. Yeah, it is. It is the very first. It's board game number 1 on Board Game Geek.
Yeah, it was so funny because he came home and was talking about that, and he was also like, "And it's the #1 game on BGG," and I'm like, "It is?" And he's like, "No, originally," because I was like, I hadn't even heard of
database.
it. But
It's
in
the
database,
first game they put
game
into their
number 1.
database. It's
Yep.
game 1.
Yep.
Ah, so good.
That's so funny.
So
that tells you how
good.
old it
I
is.
enjoyed it so much. I mean,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. I
Yeah.
won.
So it's like even more
So
#1. It's like 1 plus.
off the charts. But no, it's the only drawbacks is it's one of those games that plays best at the full player count. We're gonna try it with less and see what happens. But yeah, I want to get this played, and this will be a every year Board Game Geek thing I do every year.
Oh,
probably.
I could totally see you doing
Because
that now because that's
it was
right
just
up your
so
alley.
much fun.
Yep.
Everybody talking smack back and forth, and it was just great.
Who's
There-
the best with? How many players?
5 players.
Oh, this is why the Hunter will be sad because it's like getting
Best with
5
the full
players.
5 players.
Ooh, is it on BGA?
I don't think so.
Oh,
But
sad.
if you're interested in this game, you probably can get it anywhere. But where I got it, you can get it on the Board Game Geek store. They sell it.
Oh, okay, nice.
Because it's not Stronghold anymore. It's only the Eggert Spiel or whatever the name is. They're the only ones that have the rights to it anymore.
Okay.
So Board Game Geek carries a lot of their games. So that's one of the easiest ways to get it in the U.S. anyway.
I like that. So very awesome.
But yeah, really good. I enjoyed it. It was like it was funny. We finished playing. We talked probably almost a half an hour after the game was over, just chatting about what happened and what we would do different
cool.
and
That's cool.
what it was a great experience. It was a great game. I'm looking forward to it. It's sitting over there in shrink.
You're like staring at it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Underground is asking, is it really a 4.32 on heaviness? Is it pretty?
It is a heavy game. There is a lot going on. Every round has 8 phases, I think, and each phase has a rule set.
Okay.
So the first phase is you bid for turn order, and there's a specific how the bidding works for turn order. Then you go to phase 2, and it's this, and there's a set of rules on how that works. And each phase has an order of operations within each phase. So once you play one round, you know how it works. You just go through. It's basically you go through a list of everything you're supposed to do. But there is, like I said, I think there's 8 phases, and each phase has a rule set on how it works. And on top of all that, you have a budget. You have so much money. Let's say you have $20 million or whatever. That's how much you have to spend for the whole 8 phases. So you got to think, okay, in phase 2, I need to spend $5 million. And then in phase 3, I need $10 million. And then, okay, that leaves me $5 million to spend in bidding in phase 8 or whatever. So it's got that part, that budget part of it. It's got a lot going on. It is that heavy of a
I'm say
game.
with that kind of math, I'm going to give it a 5. No, just kidding.
It's like it's a lot like
It's not like Power Grid almost, like
it's very
the way you
much like
budget
Power
out
Grid.
everything.
You have,
okay.
and literally, I would take my money and set it aside. Like, okay, for phase 2, I'm gonna do play these 2 cards. It cost me $10 million. So I put $10 million. I put it on my 2 cards. Then I go, okay, for phase 3, I want to buy these 3 things. So it's cost $8 million. So I put $8 million aside. Okay. Then I'm like, okay, now we're to the auction phase. I'm gonna have $10 million to work with when we're auctioning. There's an auction phase where you do auctioning for something, and you have to really budget it out because you can really mess up and go, oh, I don't have any money to do the auction, so I can't auction. I can't participate in any of the auctions. So you have to really budget it out. So, but it's a great game. I mean, it sounds boring, but you like heavy Euro games. This is an awesome experience. So
I just think it's funny. You're like, it sounds like a boring game, and I'm like, do you remember when we talked about Rococo's theme? I'm just saying that may be exciting for some, but it was like,
yeah, it's real, and I like that there's negotiation going on.
Yeah, this really sounds like your game.
It's
got all the stuff in it that you would just love.
Game. All they needed was some attacking, and I'd be set. There is attacking in the game. You can mess up people.
You were all set. That's what I just heard.
That's it. We are donezo.
That was a good set. That was a good list.
All right.
And it was fun, too. So if you are watching this not live, you definitely need to check the chat because I saw a lot of great games flying through the chat as you guys have all been putting in your top 10 list. And I love it when you do that because it just like quintuples all of the cool possibilities of games for people to explore. It's really cool.
All right. Let's do some housekeeping and get out of here.
Housekeeping.
So Rebecca's top 100 is currently going. Today I loaded 60 to 51, I believe, got loaded today.
Ooh.
And then
best of the worst.
Thursday, it's 50 to 41.
Oh, worst of the best.
So Coraloo, the great Coraloo, infamous Coraloo.
Oh, infamous now.
Notorious even Coraloo, pointed out that our numbering for your prior year was off by 1.
Oh yeah.
I've fixed that. It's fixed in the comments to the 2 videos this week, and starting next week we'll be on track. Apparently Rebecca snuck a game in last minute and then didn't update the list from last year. But that's okay. It's only one off, so it's not the end of the world. All right, here's
the end of the world, man.
Here's our upcoming schedule for the next 5 weeks. Mark your calendars. 1 week from today, I believe it is November 7th. December 7th. December 7th. Sorry.
Oh boy!
I was looking at November on the calendar.
Fix your calendars.
So 1 week from today, I think it's November 7th. I may be wrong. 6th, 7th, 6th. Someone help me. Anyway, it's we're gonna do the last variety show of the year is next week. 2 weeks from tonight, Rebecca's top 10 of all time live. 3 weeks from tonight, the after party.
This is a date that lives in infamy.
The after party. November 21st, I believe.
Partay right before Christmas.
Then 1 week from then, and in the middle of our game day, so we may have special guests. I don't know. We'll see.
Ooh.
Middle of our game day, Tuesday, November 28th. December
Fix those calendars.
December 28th. I think it's December 28th.
Standard time now.
Top 10 games for 2021.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
So we may have, if someone shows up, we may have the infamous Tommy might show up and be on our show.
I don't know if we want to give him airtime.
I don't know if we do either.
Can you
maybe pop on for a few seconds and tell his favorite game of the year?
Oh no.
Then 1 week from then, November.
Here, I tell you what. I'll say the month, and you say the day. Okay? December.
No.
January
4th. I think that's a Tuesday. January 4th. My top 100 starts. So there you go.
Round 2.
Variety show. Rebecca's top 10 all time. After party. 2021 games. And my top 100 starts. Next 5 weeks. Every month is November. It kind of feels like it.
Every month is November. Just like it's still 2020.
It's funny Tommy disappeared when we mentioned that he might be on the show.
Interesting.
You can meet the infamous Tommy.
Oh, there he is. Oh.
We'll see. We'll see if he gets here quick enough. Well, maybe he'll just appear at the end and do discussion. But that is it for us this time, folks. Next time, variety show. We haven't played a ton of games, so it's going to be our usual shenanigans.
Oh, and maybe we can fight the internet. It's the last time of the year.
We'll see. We don't have a lot of games to go over because we haven't played a lot of games due to the holidays, but. So we'll do some stuff.
Fight the internet.
We'll definitely do a her.
Oh, yes.
Among other things.
I definitely need a her. Those are hilarious.
All right. We are out of here.
Y'all be safe.
We didn't freeze, so my work must have been...
don't jinx it, dude. What are you doing?
My work must have did some good.
Good job. Bravo, IT.
There we go.
You deserve a raise.
Last button.
Deserve a raise.
Freeze.
Bravo.
Make a funny face in case it freezes.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Click subscribe to join our wonderful viewer community.
Want to be notified when we upload a new video or go live? Click
click on the little bell below.